and welcome back to Asknikkip. I'm going to jump into today's question. It says, "Hey Nikki, I just got denied to my top choice school and my best friend got accepted. It's out of state. I'm dealing with losing a very, very close friend and college rejection. I don't know how I feel, but I feel a bit jealous of my friend or even mad. How should I deal with this?" Ooh. Okay, first off, let me just say that would totally be hard because that's just straight in your face, like something you have to deal with. I will say this, a couple things I've been thinking about over the weekend and listening to, and I was listening, okay, I have a lot of thoughts in my head. I'm jumping to the first one. I was listening to a Rick Warren podcast this morning, actually, while I was getting ready, and he was talking about, straight up, my dogs know how to open doors now. Bowser knows how to open doors now. Anyways, he was talking about coveting or being jealous or wanting what someone else has, and the fact that it is straight up in the 10 Commandments, like right next to do not murder, do not commit adultery, like other things that as a general population we would consider are not good. Do not covet is in the 10 Commandments as well. And I think that it's really important, so hard, so much easier said than done, but I think it's really important to be able to look at other people's situations and be happy for them and be like, awesome, that's part of their story, without being jealous and wanting that to be a part of your story. And it's hard when you're going through it because you're like, well, then what is my story? Like, that's nice, but how am I supposed to be happy for someone when I don't even know what the next step in my story is? But the thing is, I think that's the discipline of it. I think that's why it's in the 10 Commandments, because I think that's really hard to do, and it takes a lot of discipline to look at someone else's situation and go, okay, I'm happy for them, and my story just hasn't played out yet. That's not where I'm supposed to be. And I wish I had a better answer, because sometimes it is really hard to tell when something plays out and it's like, that's where I'm not supposed to be, versus like, do I keep fighting? I know it's a little different with, well, maybe it's not with college submissions. I don't know, people, they probably resubmit year after year. I don't know how that all works because I didn't go to to a university like the regular way. I went in high school. I've explained this before, to finish high school earlier, but I didn't actually go off to a university and get a college degree. So, but the point is, I think that that's really hard, and I wish I had an easy answer for that, how to not be jealous for your friend. But what I will say is, everything in my life that has played out in a way where I wish I had something like, oh, but that's what I wanted, that's what I had planned, the way that it ended up panning out ended up being so much better than I could have planned for myself, and ended up, I looked at the whole picture like holistically, it was like, wow, this really was what was supposed to happen. But in the time, I was so stressed and so worked up. And the crazy thing is, even though I've had experiences like that now, like many times, where I look at it and I'm like, okay, it panned out way better than what I could have planned, it's still something that I deal with when I encounter a situation that I really want and I don't get. I still struggle with feeling like jealous or wishing I had that. Even though I've seen it play out for the better multiple times, it's just this like human nature struggle, and it's just really hard. So I don't feel like this advice is maybe that helpful. If anyone has helpful advice, chime in the comment section. But I feel like I just want you to know that that is a normal human feeling, and you're going to encounter it many, many times in your life. And that is why I think it is in the 10 Commandments, because it is something that you're going to struggle with over and over and over. And it's really important to deal with it and try to keep that like at bay, and try to not let jealousy and envy run rampant, or being upset or feeling bitter. I think that that's important, because that can squelch creativity and I don't know, I'm tongue-tied now, guys. I'm getting very tongue-tied. I'm still dealing with this cold. So yeah, I think unfortunately it's a hard thing to deal with. Now, what I would say as far as like realigning your mind and starting to move towards feeling better, I would start really investigating alternative routes that get you pumped up. I know once you have this letdown, it can feel so like, what's the point? And it starts to feel very hopeless, but you have to move forward. So I would start investigating what other schools you're really interested in, what other towns you would like, the towns around the schools, and just really getting pumped about other options. And I think that that's really important when you've been let down, is getting pumped about other options. So yeah, that is what I would do. And I would try your best to take this time as like an exercise to be genuinely excited for your friend, because clearly for whatever reason this is supposed to be your friend's path, but it's not supposed to be yours. There's something else that is planned for you that I truly believe is so much better for you than this path. Not that this path won't be amazing for your friend. I think sometimes it's easy to look at someone else's and be like, well, it probably sucks because of X, Y, and Z. But that's not necessarily the case. It's just that's what's right for them and not what's right for you. So, yes, but I understand. I've been there. Everyone has been there. So, yeah. Now, the Twitter question, it says, if you were to choose between bungee jumping or skydiving, which one would it be? Easy. Skydiving. Skydiving does not scare me as much as bungee jumping. I already felt like that on my own before knowing Dan, but now that I know Dan, and Dan has gone skydiving multiple times, and he's read me statistics on skydiving versus bungee jumping, apparently skydiving statistically is much safer than bungee jumping. And bungee jumping, that just terrifies me, like just dangling and just bouncing. It's like I'd rather just come down and land, and that's it. I may go skydiving one day because Dan's been like 4 times and I've never been, but I'm still working up to that. It takes a little guts, guys. I'm a little bit scared. So yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you guys are having a good day. I will see you all very soon. Send your questions and your messages to asknikkip@gmail.com, or you can use the hashtag on Twitter for Twitter questions, which is #asknikkip, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!